Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rifa Nurfalah and I'm from English Educational Department of University Muhammadiyah Bogoraya. And now I will do midterm for English Islamic Studies 6th semester. This video about what is prayer or salat, and then how to do the prayer or salat. So let's get started. Prayer. In the book of prayer, Wisdom of Philosophy, and it is Argansi by Abdul Aziz Sahalim Bashahari. The nation of prayer is a worship which includes a special bodily demonstration that began with takbir and ends with greeting or taslim. Prayer is an act of worship that includes a variety of acts of worship in it, such as remembrance of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, reciting the book of Allah, standing facing Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, fasting, praying, and then tasbih, and then takbir. So, what is meant of compulsory prayers? Compulsory prayers is the most important compulsory worship after saying the two sentences of creed. Prayer is one of the pillars of Islam. The meaning of harmony itself is something that must be implemented. If not done, people who must it will get sin and no one can help abort the pillars. In language, salat, it means prayers. Meanwhile, in terminology, prayer is worship consisting of several words and actions that are carried out under certain conditions, starting from takbir, ending with greeting. Prayer is a means of traveling to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and the mirage of the believers. It is about the pillars of obligatory prayers, are elements that must be present in the prayer so that the prayer is valid. If one the pillars of prayer is left out or not performed correctly, then the prayer is invalid. There are 14 obligatory pillars of prayer. The first is intention. So the second is stand up if you can. The third is reading takbiratul ikram. The fourth is about read Al-Fatihah every cycle. The fifth is about ruku with tumanina. So the sixth is itidal with tumanina. Okay, the next is prostate with tumanina, sitting between two prostration with tumanina, shit tashahud, and reading prayers, greeting, order, Qawliya or words, and fi'liya. The next is about requirements for compulsory prayers. The compulsory condition of prayers are the conditions that make person obligated to pray. If one of the obligatory conditions of prayer is not fulfilled, then a person is not burdened with the obligation to pray. There are 6 obligatory conditions of prayers. The first is about religion of Islam, of course. So adult or baligh, that is about for men is maybe after she get dreams, and for woman is she gets menstruation. That is what is of baligh. For the third is about reasonable. The fourth is about holy from menstruation and childbirth. The fifth is about has come to the teaching of Islam to him or to her. And the last is about clean and pure from unclean. So the next is about terms of valid prayers. The condition for the validity of prayers are the conditions that must be met before performing the prayer so that one's prayer becomes valid. If one of the conditions for a valid prayer is not met, then the prayer is invalid and must be refilled. There are There are 5 conditions for the validity of prayers. The first is purify body, clothes, and place of prayer from impurity. The second is about holy from hadas, big or small hadas. The third is cleansing genitals. The fourth is time for prayer. And then the fifth is facing the Qibla, our Qibla. Okay, the obligatory prayer for the Muslim is the 5 daily prayer, which are done 5 times a day at curtain time. Except for being prevented by curtain reason justified by religion, the remaining obligatory prayers can be abandoned by a Muslim who has reached puberty. Obligatory prayer consists of dawn or subuh, that is 2 cycles, so midday or juhur, that is 4 cycles, asar consists 4 cycles, maghrib prayers consists 3 cycles, and then isha prayers consists of 4 cycles. That is about obligatory prayer for a Muslim. And then we must remember prayer time vary in each place or religion. Even this difference is also felt from time to time because prayer times are related to the apparent circulation of the sun around the earth. To determine the time of prayer requires geographic location, time or date, and then altitude. Okay, for the next I will explain about how to do prayer. So let's get started. For the first, we can read prayer intention. For prayer intention, they has difference about other prayers. Example for dawn or subuh, to cycle. Okay, for subuh or dawn, we can read if we do alone, we can read this. Usolli fardo subhi rok'ataini mustaqbilal kiblati ada alillahi ta'ala. That is about intention down. And then if for intention, we have a difference that is about cycle. If we can do 2 cycle, we can read rok'ataini, but if for cycle, we can read arba'a rok'ataini. And then if 3 cycle, that is maghrib, we can read salasata rok'ataini. That is has difference about the cycle. 2 cycle rok'ataini, 4 cycle arba'a rok'ataini, and 3 cycle is about salasata rok'ataini. Okay, for the next is perform takbiratul ihram. The procedure for praying 5 times. The first time we have to do is to do takbiratul ihram, which is reading Allahu Akbar by raising both hands to the level of the ears. Allahu Akbar. When performing takbiratul ihram, read the prayer intention silently. For the next is read the iftitah prayers. The procedure for praying the second 5 times is to read the intention. Fold your hands in front of your chest and then read the following iftitah prayer. So the next is read Al-Fatihah. After reading the iftitah prayer, then the procedure for praying 5 times the next time is reading Surah Al-Fatihah. However, if you can't read Surah Al-Fatihah, you are allowed to read other surah in the Quran. If that's not possible, then it's also permissible to just be silent following the imam, or to be silent for a length of time, roughly like reading Surah Al-Fatihah. Surah Al-Fatihah, like this is like Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina syiratal mustaqim, Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. there is Surah Al-Fatihah. Okay, for the next is reading short surah. After reading Al-Fatihah, the procedure for praying 5 times a day is followed by reading short surah in the first and the second cycle. Reading a short surah in the next rak'ah is a sunnah. So we can choose a short surah in the Quran like An-Nas, Al-Falaq, Al-Ikhlas, or another surah in the Quran. Just like we can choose Al-Ikhlas in the Quran. Example, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu somad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. It can read in the cycle first or second. Is about bow. The next step for how to pray 5 times to the bowing by reading the following reading 3 times. Subhana rabbiyal a'zimi wa bihamdi, Subhana rabbiyal a'zimi wa bihamdi, Subhana rabbiyal a'zimi wa bihamdi. We can read that about 3 times. And bow just like hand to knees. Okay, after bowing, get up again by reading the following reading. Sami Allahu liman hamidah. Then process by reading the following i'tidal prayer. Rabbana lakal hamdu mil'u samawati wal ardi wa mil'a ma syi'ta min syai'in ba'du. The 6 is about prostration. After bowing, the steps for how to pray 5 times a day are followed by prostrating twice and reading the following reading. Subhana rabbiyal a'la wa bihamdi, Subhana rabbiyal a'la wa bihamdi, Subhana rabbiyal a'la wa bihamdi. That is 3 times. Before making the second prostration, recite the following reading while sitting between the prostration. The read is about Rabbighfirli warhamni wajburni warfa'ni warzuqni wahdini wa'afini wa'fu anni. The 7th is about the initial tashahud. Procedure for praying 5 next time, followed by the tashahud movement. This is done during the second cycle of the midday, Asar, Maghrib, and Isha prayers. The following is the initial tashahud reading. At-tahiyatul mubarakatuh sholawatu thayyibatu lillah. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi sholihin. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna muhammadar rasulullah. Okay, but the next is about doing the final tashahud. Then the procedure for praying the next 5 times is to do the final tashahud, which is done before greeting and ending the prayer. And here is the final tashahud reading. The last step is about doing greetings. The procedure for praying 5 times ends by turning to the right and left and reading the greeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. The first is the right and the second is about the left. That is how to do an prayers. Easy, right? It's enough from me, and I'm sorry if I have a mistake. So see you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tada!